Okay, we're back here at, we're not here, we're not back here, it's the first time here at, what's the name of this park, Dean?
Pitcher Park.
Pitcher Park at Alphington, and we've played Parkside today. What a great game, what a great game by the boys today.
Yeah, a week's a long time in football, isn't it, Johnny?
I can't understand. It's just amazing, isn't it, really?
Yeah, look, you go from... I think it's the nature of the competition, John. You've got sides who are very equal, and if you're not up, then sides are going to knock other sides off. And I think it probably happened last week. We weren't up, and Thomastown would come to play, and they came to play. Parkside came to play last week against Reservoir, and they knocked Reservoir off quite convincingly. You know, you've got to be up each and every week. I know it's hard, really, really hard mentally and physically, but good sides win premierships when they're up every week, Johnny.
The first quarter was probably one of the best quarters of football I've seen for a long time by our side.
Yeah. Oh, look, during the week, Johnny, I put on the boys. I asked our midfielders, they had to start us. I asked our backline players to make sure they were just accountable and they can punch and recover. And the forward-line players just hold the ball in. That's what we're after, a contest, and hold the ball in. And when all those three facets of the game work, John, it's amazing what comes off. And a 7-goal-to-1 first quarter, it was a result of just hard work and putting our bodies on the line.
And there didn't seem to be a passenger anywhere today, Dean. I mean, the first quarter got everyone up and going.
Yeah.
The feeling in the rooms was good.
Yep.
Much better than last week's.
Yep.
And they just came out and just to say, well, we've got a job to do and we're going to do it, and they did it in the first quarter.
Yeah, they did. Look, and I probably put on a few blokes last week, and during the week talking to a few blokes, Johnny, they knew they were down. And you make the point that good players don't play 2 bad games in a row. And a lot of blokes have been stewing on it for a week, and I suppose, without naming names, I spoke to blokes like Pecker and Strongy and Simo and myself and Lau. Then we just had a chat about it and said some of our senior players really got a touch up last week, and it was probably the younger guys like Nathan Hendry and Tyler Scarce that led the way, and that's not right. Now these guys are there to do a job, but so are we. And I put on the blokes, and they were itching, Johnny. They were itching to get out here and play, and it showed today.
What about Moose's game in the first quarter today? I thought that was just Moose of old, wasn't it? Really?
I thought Moose just his first half.
Yes.
The way he was moving and presenting, Johnny, was outstanding.
Yeah. Second quarter was also good. Swapped a few players around again.
Yeah. Look, we brought Keno in for his first game today. We thought with Girk, our fullback, going down, Keno came in and just gave us an extra ruck option, which worked really well. Joff was able to go down back and then come up forward. We're lucky. We've got a side that can rotate, a lot of places, and that showed today.
And our runners did a very good job today. I thought the backing up and the backward passing was just superb.
Yeah. Oh, look, Johnny, I think what we did is we hit targets. And it's amazing what possession football does to a side. If you're able to hit targets 20 or 30 metres away without trying to bomb, which we did last week, it kills a side, because it means they're constantly running up and down the ground, chasing us, because we're constantly not turning the ball over. And it worked. We hit targets really well.
What expectations did you have coming into the game, Dean? I doubt very much whether you'd think you'd come here and you'd win by over 100 points.
No, not Johnny. No, look, Johnny. I expect to win every week. I'll make no bones about that. But this week I said to the boys that we just needed to be harder. And the thing that the one goal I gave the boys was everyone had to have a legitimate block this week, and I recorded it. People just had to put their bodies on the line for each other. It's something we hadn't been doing. We've been probably running forward to the ball, waiting for a player to get the ball, then calling for the ball and trying to get an extra possession. I would rather have a player put a block on, and it worked today. I think we're up to nearly 27 or 28 for the game today. John, you saw the way the game was played. Well, it was played on our terms.
It was. There was only one section of the play for about 5 minutes when I think a lot of the side went goal hungry. And I mentioned to your dad on the boundary line at one stage there was nobody in the back line at all.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah, look, it is hard, Johnny, when you're 70 or 80 points up, all of a sudden blokes start chasing kicks. That's a mental thing, isn't it? In the end, it's good to be 70 or 80 points up, Johnny. That's all I can say.
I'm not complaining about it,
no.
Dean. Not a bit. And who do we play next week, Dean? I haven't looked.
St Mary's next week. St Mary's have pushed Reservoir. I don't know whether they've got up or not, but I think St Mary's have maybe won the last 3 games, so they're not going to be any easy beats. We need to show the same intensity we did today against St Mary's and then against Watoni the week after.
Couldn't find a weak player today, Dean?
No, look, it's probably 10 to 12 plays you could have easily put us probably best on ground.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd love to be in that position where we can do that.
Yeah, but when they spread it around, it makes them look good too, doesn't it?
It does. It does. And when they're prepared to do it for each other, John, it makes my life a hell of a lot easier. I can sit here and coach without having to play too much of the game, save this old body, and let these young pups run out and do the work, mate.
Actually, there was somebody that came up to today and said, "Can you put some highlights together for during the week and make sure you include that one where you kicked it out of bounds in the full?" And I said I couldn't do that, but I just might do.
Oh, look, Johnny, good players make mistakes every now and then. All right, every now and then, always these good players make mistakes, mate. And unfortunately, I'm liable to make at least one mistake a game, Johnny. I make no bones about that one, mate.
Good on you, mate. Dean, you've been very good again today. You've kept us on the air for 5 or 6 minutes, which is always good. And we thank you very much for your time. Who were your best players today? I wasn't going to ask you that because there were so many good players.
Yeah, look, I think
standouts.
I think one of the young blokes, Nathan Hendry, did okay. He was pretty good. I thought Benny Strongman down back was really fantastic. Nick Lowther for a half was outstanding. Simo was excellent. And Brendan O'Connor's game. Brendan probably took about 10 to 12 to 15 marks today, and his game was good.
I thought when he's on song, he's on song.
He is, yeah.
And I thought that was one of his better games today.
Yeah, it was for sure.
Right, Dean, thanks very much for your time again.
No worries.
And we look forward to catching up with you again next week.
It's a pleasure, Johnny, always is.
Okay, we're back here at the Parkside Sports Club, and I've forgotten exactly what it's called again. But we've got a young fella, Nathan Hendry, with us today, Chooker, as they call him. And Chook, you played a great game today.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, seemed like everyone was on today. Didn't have a bad player throughout, as Doc said. Even the older blokes were playing all right, so we're happy with that.
Yeah, the older blokes will be happy you said that, matey, because some of them are finding it hard on some, especially on this particular sort of ground. It was a little bit sloppy underfoot today, but the amount of rain we had last night is amazing. The ground's come up as well as it has.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot more wet footy along the ground, sloppy, but we seemed to hold our skills all right today and hit targets, so it paid off for us.
Nate, tell us a little bit about your background. I know that you were at Panton Hill earlier on in your career, weren't you? And you're not an old fella. I mean, you're only, how old are you?
21.
21. So you must have spent most of your junior days where?
I didn't play juniors.
No?
No, my first footy was in 2010. I played at, or 2009, I played at Panton Hill for 6 games. Just came up with my brother to fill in. And then I liked the game. I always played basketball as a junior, and then thought I might as well give under 19s a crack. So I had 1 year of 19s in Lowell Plenty, then 1 year of seniors there, and then came back here.
God, that's unbelievable, Nate, that you've only played for 3-4 seasons perhaps maximum, and you can come out and play footy like you did today.
Cheers.
And you're 21 years old.
Thanks.
That's amazing. That's good. That's excellent. Who else in the side do you think has made a difference to us? I mean, you've made an enormous difference because of your pace and your skills. I think, is it Tyler Scarf?
Yeah, Tyler. He's every week been on, and he's a reliable player. Never misses a beat, and you can count on him to run out a game, and his skills are spot on as well.
Do you think we've got a good mix of young fellas now and the older blokes around the place? The people that have been around the club for a little while and the blokes that have played a lot of games?
Yeah, I reckon it's perfect. We've got the older blokes like Joffa, Zaka, Simo and Doc, and all the younger blokes coming up, and I think it's a good mix at the moment. And yeah.
What do you think? What do you think our game is? Is it a running game? Is our game based around running or moving the ball, or do you think our teamwork is better than it used to be?
Yeah, I reckon our game at the moment is probably more running. We did a hard pre-season, and there was a lot of running in it, and it's sort of turned us into a running team. We move the ball well, rather than kicking around, chipping around for a bit. We sort of go direct and give the hands and run, and it's worked well.
The type of game that you play is very good to watch too, mate. Look, Nathan, I thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you go and enjoy your footy, because it is a game. It's an important game, but it's something that if you don't enjoy, you don't play well.
That's it.
And you must be enjoying it because you are playing very well.
Loving it.
Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, mate.